that true wealth is going to come from a long-term buy and hold of exceptional businesses bought at reasonable prices, held for a long time. So that has to always be kind of the number one goal, is our hunt for these great gems. Now we can couple that with other things like Warren Six Swami knife and different things, but the core has to be, that's kind of like the anchor. The anchor of the portfolio has to be great businesses run by great people with good capital allocators and just, great economics and, hold them for a long time. So I think that's something I would emphasize a lot. You have a gifted investor in the UK who hung up his boots, but is beating everyone after hanging up his boots, which is Nick Sleep. And it's difficult to get Nick Sleep to come out and talk to people, but maybe you can nudge him and see if he's interested. And, when Nick shut down his fund, he basically put all his money into three stocks, one third each, one third into Amazon, one third into Costco, and one third into Berkshire. And I think his fund shut down in 2012 or 2014 thereabouts. And I think he's trounced the S&P and everything else since then, doing nothing. No work involved in the portfolio. At one point, he got concerned because Amazon went up so much that it became, kind of 60% of the pie. And he cut the Amazon position in half and bought what I consider to be a terrible business as a fourth position. And that fourth position didn't do well. And he would have been better off just, sticking to the ones he had actually originally selected. Even with that mistake, he's still done very well. So it's a very forgiving business from that point of view. So that's what I would change the focus of the book to basically say that the real thrust of the effort needs to be to get to an ownership position of great businesses that you can hold for a long time. So we don't need to be founders of Walmart. We don't need to be founders of Amazon to do well like Mr. Bezos or Sam Walton. It was possible to ride their coattails, even having 100 shares or 1,000 shares. And so that's the beauty of the equity markets, is that you can have, in fact, the smaller investor has a big advantage because they can go anywhere and do anything, which is a huge advantage. Size becomes a big negative. And so that's what those are the changes I would make, is a big emphasis on buy and hold and couple that with a Swiss Army knife for other things that look interesting.